So, hello, good morning and welcome. My name is Rafał Motriuk. I'm a science and technology journalist and I'll be your host today. Thank you very much for having me. This is Code Dive, and for those who are not aware, it is a special Code Dive because it's our birthday today. So it is my honor to announce that for the 10th time, Code Dive is now officially open. Now, Code Dive was the brainchild of Nokia a full decade ago, and the conference has grown to be one of the most popular events of this kind in this part of the world. It is one of the most important conferences for developers in Central Europe. Today, we are about 1,500 strong, spread over 4 rooms, and deliver 37 speakers presenting you guys with 32 amazing talks. This year, our theme is Code the Journey. So today we will be coding the wildly unexplored realm of outer space, which you might have already guessed from the title and from the names of the rooms and from the program. Of course, this is related to the exciting project Nokia is running together with NASA and other world-renowned bodies, which is the mission to install LTE on the moon. We are in a city which is over 1,000 years old, and it is known for its beauty, endless supply of bridges and tiny little sculptures of tiny little gnomes. It is also one of the biggest IT hubs in Central Europe. Everyone, welcome to Wrocław. I'd like to welcome everybody gathered here in the New Horizons Cinema. Thank you very much for having us. And also I'd like to welcome our virtual friends watching online. And, you know, for the past few months we were thinking, what can we do to make this conference really special? Because, you know, it's our birthday, 10th. And we were thinking and thinking and thinking, and we came up totally empty. We got nothing. So we were panicking last night, and we thought, you know, what can we do? We need really people to remember this conference. And just about when we were to break down and cry, a miracle happened. A major water pipe just round the corner burst. So you will remember this conference as No Water Conference. You will remember this conference through endless rows of portable toilets that are beautifully named in our language as toy-toys. So, Code Dive is a great networking opportunity, so please do the very thing Mama told you not to do. Talk to the stranger next to you, which is either this room or the queue just outside when you're queuing for a toilet. So yeah, anything, coding skills, geeky comic books or board games, the world is your oyster. Anyway, as you know, such events can be very expensive, with ticket prices climbing up to maybe 500 euros. However, today's conference is free for all attendees, so please let us put our hands together and thank our generous sponsor and organizer, Nokia. Before we start, just very quickly some house rules. So if you'd like, please put your phones on silent. For Q&A after each talk, we are going to use good old mics, you know, a bit rusty, but still working. And we will have a bunch of them in each room. And after each lecture and after each Q&A, you will be able to rate the talk on our website. There's only a tiny little special. I hear there are 2 vouchers, and there will be a draw, a lottery, and the vouchers are for those special nap rooms. Apparently the experience is amazing. What else? If you miss a talk, don't worry. We are streaming it, and also we are recording each talk. So if you miss one, please don't worry. You will be able to watch them online after the conference. A 75-minute lunch break will start right after 12:45. There is no free lunch provided at this venue, but there are several places you can visit. So in the building, there's the bistro, there's a bike cafe, and also Mr. Pretzel will be visiting us with some sandwiches. Other than that, there are some reasonable places within a walking distance. And later tonight, we will be able to continue our discussions with the speakers. There's a sort of informal after party at the Kontynuacja pub, and it's just round the corner. Additional entertainment will be provided in a special room with video games. And the rule is, if you can find them, you can play them. Good luck. Oh, and please don't forget to have some fun. As ever at CoDive, fun is mandatory for everyone. So the conference is not only full of great talks, but it's also free. So there's nothing stopping us from having a good time. Now, I know that some regular visitors at CoDive are used to Taras or his predecessor Bartek, taking stage and doing the official welcome. But this year we're going to have something slightly different, because we are going to have 6 people talking to you. And I'd like to introduce some people that were key, pivotal when it comes to organizing CoDive. So Konrad Fuławka, he's a seasoned Nokian and project manager, and he's one of the founding fathers at CoDive. Welcome, Konrad. Patrycja Bukowiecka, she's a product manager, and she worked in the organizing committee early on, a long time ago. Andrzej Krzemieński, he's a software engineer, not a Nokian, but a regular speaker at CoDive. Dominik Pawlak, who is another founding father of CoDive and a Nokian himself. Ewa Okołotowicz, she's the person you recognize. She always wears those fancy dresses. But more to the point, she's an external communication coordinator, and she's head of this year's CoDive team. And finally, Taras Lukaniuk, he's head of Nokia's Technology Center here in Wrocław. Yeah, take your seats. You know those panels, right? They're like at least 45 minutes. So we decided that we're going to give each person 1 minute. And in my experience, 1 minute means 2 minutes. So let's see if Einstein's relativity is still working. So Konrad, let's start with you. 10 years ago, how did it all happen? Where did it start? What was your idea?
The idea was that we were young, wild and free. This is where it started, right? Yes, but to the point, because I've got the 1 minute, as you said, we don't want to bore people on the stage. Actually, this conference was meant to be like every year. The idea started that every year Nokia organizes a program, internal program, so-called Future Leaders. There is an internal program for people who would like to be kind of future leaders or team managers or people who actually deal with the people. So Patrycja, Dominik, myself and other colleagues which are not here on the stage, we were taking part of this program. And as you can imagine, there were lots of hard work under this program. And at some point, some business HR came to us and says, "Oh, here is a group task." And we said, "Oh, really? That's exciting. But we cannot tell you what it will be." This kind of thing. So this is how it started. We had a briefly group task to be accomplished during this Future Leaders program, and then it was basically invented by us, because what we've been told only is to bring some more ideas how Nokia brand can be recognized on the market, right? So there was a hard work behind the scenes, there were tears, there were sleepless nights, I tell you. But I love it. When I talk to you right now, I remember 10 years back, it was really something which is unbelievable, and this conference lasts for 10 years, as you can see. So yes, we decided to go for the idea of the conference, to share the knowledge, basically. That was the idea behind it. We would like to share. Nokia and people would like to share get the networking, get the knowledge between us, and simply create a community which is lasting forever, as you can see almost. So that was the idea behind. It lasts for so long, and I hope that it will last maybe forever with a good, let's say, wind from the top management. So that was beginning of the conference, basically.
Thank you, Konrad. Patrycja, over to you. What were the most challenging things, the issues that you had to face back then?
Yeah, in fact, many challenges. You see, we were a group of people with a different experience, different ideas. Finally, we had a common goal, that was creation of this community to share the knowledge, experience, challenges we had. So building of the registration system by ourselves, creating the logo, selecting venue, finally deciding how many pizzas to order. Yeah, all of that was very new for us. We had no experience at all. So that were the challenges. And I think finally, on top of that, we set a challenge for ourselves to make it so it becomes tradition and annual celebration of IT society for many, many years.
Thank you. Dominik, over to you. These conferences tend to come and go. Some of them just appear, they get started and then they go away. And this conference has survived. How did it happen? What did you do?
Well, I believe that there's a reason for each of us to be here. And on the one hand, you came here probably to learn, or because of your curiosity, to learn some new software tricks. Or, for example, to make some networking with your colleagues, or simply have conversation with the experts in own field. On the other hand, there's also Nokia us supporting this kind of event, organizing it for many years. And me as a Nokia representative, actually I can clearly share that we see the value in supporting community simply because it pays us back, simply because when people develop, when people grow, the code quality level improves, and actually it makes our software better. That's why we're interested in it. So, combining those two factors together, your willingness to grow, to learn, to develop yourself, the business potential which Nokia sees here, this combination, this mixture, make that this event was established, but then survived 10 years from now, and I hope this will last longer.
Thank you. Andrzej, you've just been quite rightly so called an international star of Code Dive, and you've been here from day one. How has the conference changed over this decade from a speaker's perspective?
It grew in a number of dimensions, actually. Like the first edition had 9 speakers back in Centennial Hall, I think it was. Now we've heard it's 37 speakers. It grew to a 2-day conference at some point. Then we got 4 streams, so you sometimes have hard time choosing the talk. The range of the topics expanded from software development to also developing soft skills and inspirational talks. And it grew in popularity and renown. I think growth is the word here. And it's a good job done and being done by many people.
And thank you, Andrzej, for helping us with that process. Ewa, over to you. It's been the second time you've been head of the organizing committee. As I see you these days, you just keep running around like a headless chicken, but always smiling. What does it take to organize Code Dive?
Well, I think that first of all, it takes time. It takes time for the preparation. But I have a simple recipe for the events like that. You have to gather the bunch of passionate people. As you can see, we have many of them. Then we have to combine them with an up-to-date topics. And then if we add a dash of motivation and we put it into the long process of preparation, then this is the final product that we gain. But the most important fact, the most important thing and the key with all the conferences, I think, and most likely CodeDive is the same with this aspect, is the audience, is you people. You who are coming over to visit us every year, you come over from all over the world, and we're very happy for that. So our key is to anticipate your needs, to anticipate the topics that will be interesting to you, and I think that takes to make CodeDive the most.
Thank you. And finally, over to the person who, you know, he signs the checks and earmarks budgets. Taras, what's the future of CodeDive?
Yeah, thank you. Indeed, a very good question. So, in order to sometimes predict the future, we need to look into the past. So, firstly, let's look on Nokia, the main sponsor of this conference. So, Nokia is a company with more than 150 years of history. And I think each and every of these more than 150 years we can describe with a single word. It's very much innovative. And I hope no doubts in this room, Nokia is innovation leader. From another side, CodeDive. CodeDive is a conference about what? Innovation. Every single topic is a world-class innovative topic. So I think here we can make a deal. As long as there will be Nokia internal and external speakers willing to share their world-class knowledge, as long as there will be guests willing to join and listen and learn, as long as me personally and Nokia will take efforts in order to organize people, resources, and budget in order to make happen that every November this conference will take place.
Thank you so much. A word from Taras. And as you can see, we have a special thing for this year's CodeDive, this year's edition. So some additional magic is going to happen right now. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Wow. Okay. Maybe on my count. 3, 2, 1, go. Lovely. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for your inputs and your insights. And yes, the cake is for eating, not for throwing. Don't forget that one.